This isn't up there, but this has been a real problem for me, and I want to clear it up now. So, I play in an age range between 18 and 42. That is the truth. But I don't want to play the ingenue anymore. No, I don't. This is the truth. I want to play, like the mother. I want to play the judge.
Shame. They just never saw the real you. Regina Hall's interview is going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Be right back. Time. You can't press rewind. Time. What's up, y'all? Piece of the puzzle here. Hope this piece gives you peace. This is the Message Architect, where we break down message so we can learn something, so we can utilize it in our everyday life concerning friends, family, business, even how you consume content, right? So go ahead and click the button, subscribe, follow, and all that good stuff. While we're going to look at Regina Hall's interview, what is the whole point? When celebrities get interviewed, there's a reason behind it. What's the motive? What's the objective? They're not just doing it for fun. They're not spending that money just to say, hey, look at us. It's a reason. And how can you learn from it? And how can you utilize it? We do this every single day, number one. And at the end, you're going to hear a banger that's going to give you insight about God himself, that this connects to how you can look at God and how God actually connects to you. All right. So you're going to see what I do is I get on here and I don't react. I make commentary to break down a message. It's not agreeing or disagreeing with the message. It's about what does the message mean? What is it saying to you? What's going on within what you consume? Everything has a message, no matter what it is. The way your house look, the way you present your house, it has a message. What's behind me, there's a message. How you dress, there's a message. Everything you do and everything you see, there's a message. So I think a lot of times we don't know how to consume things in life or go about life because we read the room wrong. You ever heard of that? Because we don't know how to read or consume messages. So I'm the Message Architect, where I break down the simplicity of the message to build it back up for clarity. Because a lot of times what I'm here for is to give you clarity. Clarity is a huge thing we're missing, and we're going to get more of it. All right. So no further ado, let's go ahead and get to this Regina Hall's interview. Let's just enjoy the show. All right, let's go. Real quick. In interviews, what they talk about, questions they ask them, how they answer it, it's all set up for maybe promotion, maybe realignment, maybe reintroducing themselves in a new light. You're going to see it clearly when I get my commentary on Regina Hall. All right, you got to ask yourself, why now? What are they protecting? Or what are they exposing, and what do they want the audience to believe about them? Is it power positioning? Is it image repair? The only thing is, it's all about controlling the narrative. And how you even begin a narrative and control the narrative on perspective is giving you a message. And a lot of times the message comes from not just with your ears, but also what you see, smell, what you taste, what you touch, most of the times what you hear. All right. Now, with this particular interview is going to be about nostalgia. Nostalgia is going back to look at very special times, happy times, places, things you might not experience in a light that you never seen. Maybe things you never got released. It's her connecting to the audience in a sentimental way. Okay. And please understand, this interview is not random. It's strategic, not for a bad thing, but for what though? See? So let's go ahead and enjoy the show.
I'm Regina Hall, and this is my ET retrospective.
Pause. What does retrospective even mean? It means to look back and reflect on events, highlights, careers, moments. It's more so just reflecting to gain perspective. Perspective on who? On her. All right.
Last minute little touch that I threw in to go with my shoes.
Scary movie. That's the flower. I remember.
Now, just let you know, they're also talking about the title of this is pertaining to never been seen interview, never seen maybe takes or things you never saw. This is an interview that they're showing, but it never got released. So you never saw this interview of the younger version of Regina Hall. All right. So they're showing you maybe something about her that you didn't see at her younger age to who she is today. just connecting her past with the future along with her connection with you.
This is your first ever ET interview.
Oh my gosh. And I was a huge ET fan. So that was such a big deal to be interviewed. For some reason, I thought I had really killed it with that look. I also see a breast, so I was like, it's lopsided.
Is that your first thought that comes to mind seeing this?
So the whole thing is
Early.
get a better look. The whole thing is her looking at herself when she was younger, maybe her first look. A lot of times in ET when they do this, it so happen they don't show the celebrity what they about to show them, so you get real reaction from them. So happen, and these are real reactions. Now, are they or not? Based upon what I read and what I looked into, they are. All right. So she look at her for the self, and the things she saw about herself, like, oh my God, they have boob hanging out and so young. And she asked her, what's the first emotion that you get when you might go learn something? So let's back up and watch.
So that was such a big deal to be interviewed. For some reason, I thought I had really killed it with that look. I also see a breast hanging, so I was like, it's lopsided.
Is that your first thought that comes to mind seeing this early red carpet interview from your career?
No, that first thought is tough because my mom is there. My mom passed, so it was before I had a stylist, and I was like, I think I went and picked the dress, and I was like, Mommy, what do you think of this dress? And she was like, sorry, thank you. And she was like, oh, I love it. But it was sweet. It's nice.
So it's going back to her mom passing away. Why? Why ask this question? Because inside of her, the serious part of her, because a lot of time we see Regina Hall, she's like right now, she's always laughing, always being lightful. And so in this way, you're going to see like, oh man, a tragedy happened. And the dress that she wore was connected to her mom. And that interview never got released. And she get to see her younger self, and it's letting you know, oh man, this is a person. This is somebody that had a loved one that impacted, on her journey with her mom and stuff like that. Let's go.
Scary Movie 2.
We want everyone to get along.
Hi, Anna.
Miramax.
Hey, I love her.
I told you, you are doing such a great job.
And so are you, Bubby. Oh, wow. We were like the original Cynthia and Ariana, huh? You know what? It's great because we just finished shooting Scary Movie 6. And so that just makes me think of me and like Anna young and being on set. It's very sweet to see a young Anna and a young Regina.
Was the chemistry undeniable between the two of you immediately, or did it work up to cooking?
Immediately. We just started talking, and yeah, we just hit it off.
These movies really solidified your comedy icon status. So do you have a favorite all-time Brenda scene from the Scary Movies?
I love the movie theater scene, which is probably the one that's quoted to me the most.
Because a lot of us know her from Scary Movie and how she was, very funny movie. And this showing the light side of her connected to her co-workers, and what does she remember, and what everybody remember about her.
Hello? Hey, girl. Shut up. Hold on. My girlfriend already seen the movie. She said they don't even stay together in the end.
We're getting a Scary Movie 6. You just said that you just...
Now, Scary Movie 6 supposedly is coming out in 2026. It's taking a lot of people back to the moments and connecting and what it made her feel. And the fact that she's going to be the next one is going to have you more connected. A lot of people get brought in by storytelling. So by us looking at her going through her story of her career is drawing people in. See, like, man, she made it here, and what? We're gonna get a Scary Movie 6 and she's in it again? Boom. The best message you hear is story. When people are telling a story, you hear more lessons out of the story than to say, hey, let me teach you a lesson. So this message is telling you, hey, come see Scary Movie 6. It's the message. No promotion on here. Nothing was on here. But the fact that you're seeing her is reminding you. And though when you see the trailer coming up in 2026, guess what's going to have you? It's going to connect you to this moment, a sentimental. And now I have an emotional reason to go see it. All right?
Wrapped.
It means a lot that people want to see it 25 years later. I think that means more than anything.
What is the secret, do you think, to Ellen McBeal's success?
Me, probably. I think the years prior, they knew I was coming. Everyone was waiting. We can get her by season 5.
So humble and so true.
So Ally Mae, I didn't even know she was on Ally Mae. I'm now remember I'm like, oh, she was on Ally. So now we're going in aspects of seeing her in so many lights in her career. She's popular big shows as that, whatever. So it's also showing you how important she, how the industry is always using her in so many ways. She just wasn't presented as a black woman in a black film, but she's also looking at it, or she's a sophisticated black woman representing well in this all culture show or a white show.
I had been a big fan of Ally McBeal and that entire cast, a big fan of David E. Kelley, obviously. I think I went and met with David Kelley, and I thought I had the job already. And I remember I went to my agent, and I was like, did they say when I start? And they're like, Regina, they're meeting with other people. And I was like, meeting with other people? So it was a big deal for me.
All right, here we go, and background.
Oh, wait. This is 2005 for The Honeymooners.
Cedric is a diva. And you know Gabrielle, since she's been in Bad Boys. I'm gonna be up in your trailer in 10 minutes. Just let me do the interview. I'm sorry. I'll be there. I'm sorry. I lost my temper.
Look at her face. Look at her.
No wonder my interviews didn't air.
So she was playing on that interview. She always plays a lot. But this, all in all, because is reintroducing y'all to Regina Hall. This is a reintroduction. You thought you knew her, maybe you didn't. That's why it's nostalgia. This is going into moments, interviews, and things you never saw. How she talked to Cedric Entertainer, who she worked with. Now, what does that make you feel? What did it already communicate to you? Hey, we want to make you feel good. This is a fun interview. This is a light interview. We have tears. I mean, she had, had a rubber nose. They kind of, you could see at one part, she had a little snot. And you know what I'm saying? They skipped it where, got dried again. So, they cleaning her up because these are real reactions from her. But this is a reintroduction of Regina Hall. You thought you knew her. The end of the day, it's a reintroduction of her. Let's go.
Oh, gosh. Well, see, this is when you really understand why stuff couldn't air. I don't know if I did airable interviews, did I? Those aren't proper ET clips. These are. I want you to know I haven't seen any of them. This is all first-time clips. I'm mortified.
Look, this is a real reaction. Like, oh my God, this is what I did. I didn't even know I did that, and I grew. And look how she's doing this interview versus her looking at herself with the other interview. What is this saying to you? Man, I grew. Oh man, I see why that probably didn't go out. And she's laughing at herself. She's not sitting here like beating herself down. She's a very lighthearted person, especially in this time of age of what's going on. All the things going on politically. It's a feel-good moment, right? It's will make people to feel great, feel good.
I can't even believe what I said. Of course I was joking.
Hey, what'd you do now?
They wanted me to fix their pipes, baby. Yeah, like a big hole in the wall.
We were in Ireland, and we would just have fun, hang out, and then when, we'd go to sets, and I think we doorbell ditched a couple times. I do remember that. I had never doorbell ditched, and I was like, this is fun.
Can I talk to my daughter for a little bit?
Law-abiding citizen. Loved working with Jamie and Gerard.
See, the names the name dropping they're doing. They're dropping names. They're dropping names for a reason, letting you know. Listen, she's not new to this. She's true to this, and she worked with big names. And it's like almost like, hey, I'm a big name too. So what do that even got to do with anything? Awards are coming in 2026. And it's like a re-recognizing. Y'all better know who work with these big names. All right, so let's go. Law Abiding Citizen was a serious film, and she played serious roles.
Butler as well.
What was the highlight of your experience working on a crime thriller?
I do remember Gary being like, I wasn't even thinking about you. I was a funny girl, but my agents kept harassing him, I remember. And he said, I was like, let me just look at the tape so I can tell them no already. Let me just look at this tape so they can stop calling me. And then he looked at the tape, and I ended up getting the part.
Is there a genre that you haven't tackled yet but would want to try?
I almost will try anything. Haven't tried porn. Probably gonna stay out of that one.
Acting like a lady, but...
So, she always been like that. She just always been very edgy. And her saying that is letting you know, hey, I'm still me, but coming in a very mature way. It's just letting you know, hey, take me seriously. I'm not a little girl out here. I know what I'm doing.
Thinking like a man.
Oh,
Think like a man.
girls got needs. Listen to yourself. Do you really think you can wait 90 days?
Yes. In real life, 90 days?
90 days is a good rule. Doesn't mean...
Because you know what? Ruby Lee, her mother, watches your show. So Ruby Lee, Regina waits more than 90 days. Now turn off your television.
No, that's a friend. That's a friend. Nobody I knew followed that 90-day rule. None of my friends. But but I will say
But she then kind of, but right?
Nobody I knew followed that 90-day rule. None of my friends. But but I will say I did like that rule. Yeah. If you really want them, don't sleep with them. Unless you really want them.
Looking at, and I'm not saying she in trouble. Somebody saying, "Oh, she in trouble." No. She's having fun on here. She's gonna be her. But it's like double checking. It's something. Cause let's play. Let's do this over. Let's do this over. It don't even gotta be nobody over there. It could just be her reaction to like just all right, calm down. Who knows? That might be her personality. But there's more people in the room.
Yes.
In real life, 90 days?
90 days is a good rule. Doesn't mean, because you know what? Ruby Lee, her mother, watches your show. So Ruby Lee, Regina waits more than 90 days. Now turn off your television.
No, that's a friend.
So now you could learn her as a person of what means when she do certain things, whatever. Genuine smile. Anytime somebody smiles with their eyes, it's a genuine. This is a very friendly.
That's a friend. Nobody I knew followed that 90-day rule. None of my
boom. Well, none of my friends. Right after she looked at that direction.
Friends, but but I will say I did like that rule.
This is not Listen, Regina, don't forget why we here. Everybody keep looking at you, always playing a lot. These are interviews that didn't get out. This one's going to get out, so we need you to, come on, show them the mature Regina Hall. And then that's when she go like, everybody I know don't know that, whatever. And then she like, well,
Yeah, if you really want them, don't sleep with them.
But she
unless
just can't
you
help
really
it.
want them.
See, she did something. She going to have fun.
If you really want them, don't sleep with them. Unless you really want them.
What do you call the 3 rings of marriage? Engagement ring, the wedding ring, and the suffering.
Kevin on set is hilarious. And so, I think, but this is kind of where we discovered our chemistry together.
That was a short one. It wasn't really going to, Kevin Hart is a big name for that. And they, they had a lot of stories.
Where we discovered our chemistry.
So, what do you call the 3 rings of marriage? Engagement ring, the wedding ring, and the suffering.
Kevin on set is hilarious. And so, I think, but this is kind of where we discovered our chemistry together.
Boom. Another big name. You see what I'm saying? It's lifting her up in your eyes. Yeah, she rock with the big dogs. She ain't out here just doing movies with, A celebrities, A-list celebrities, whatever it's called. And then we go to the good old Best Man. Love this movie.
Oh, I did love this one.
They were great, right? I was like, ladies are gonna scream. We know them, and I was like, it's like we got to know them again, a different side. They were great.
That movie was extra fun too because, I've been lucky to be a part of a lot of doing the best the second time around 15 years later. So we were really excited to be able to get back together again after such a, it was like unexpected.
Just to be Candy was the...
I mean, let's not forget. Let's not forget, yeah.
What do you remember about preparing for that scene-stealing dance?
I remember I was like, I can't dance. I remember the other girls coming before me, but there was a girl who was an actual stripper who said, you're awful, basically. And she was like, I'm gonna teach you. And she's like, you're gonna dance in the mirror. And she sat and she's like, all right, I'm the guy who's gonna pay your rent. I'm the guy you think is cute. And thankfully it worked. I remember I felt like I had to build stuff in my bra. I just need to be thicker, But I had so much. It was very, very, very supportive because that was my. Girls trip.
They have real chemistry.
Yeah. Like I really feel like that's who I would have hung out in school with.
That was her first movie. I didn't know that was her first movie.
That's who I would take a girl trip with. That too, by Flossie Posse.
Regina is absolutely one of the best doing it today. And
I'm gonna cry. I ain't never heard this before.
Nobody else.
See how this is straight up a collective collaboration of interviews, events, people that's huge in the industry who she worked with. and this is a reintroduction to y'all because of awards are coming up. She done great work. Very fun personality, very lighthearted, and never heard no bad things from other other people that co-act, other actors and actresses that work with her. So this is a very reintroduction of, oh my God, this is Regina Hall.
I'm gonna hire her forever. There
Really?
You heard it right.
So she's employed?
Absolutely.
You're employed. You know what that is?
Keep that
She's
on
here.
tape. I needed to record some of what he says to me in real life. He's another like really pivotal person in my career. I was kind of like, ladies, we don't talk that sweet when we're on vacation. Like we need a rewrite on this. We gotta at least sound like what we sound like. And Jada and La and Tiffany, man, just so lucky how that cast is. So yeah, that is a sweet, Girls Trip is so special, such a gem. It happened at a time where comedies were not like particularly well. It made a lot of money. It crossed a lot of racial and cultural barriers and gender. A lot of men saw Girls Trip and loved it.
You're set to return.
See, and this is based upon a tough time. We did this film in the middle of what comedy wasn't like that, and they transcend a lot of topics and subjects that was on that film. A lot of people see it. Part of that.
For the long-awaited sequel. What is your one must?
She said there's a sequel coming. She's in multiple things. So this is also a promotional tool. When things have been out, movies, whatever, this is pushing movies and everything she did. Because sometimes, I'm lying, all the time, when you hear certain names, you want to see that movie because you heard that name. You ain't even got to give the name. You said, this movie's coming out with Denzel. I'm seeing it. This movie's coming out with Brad Pitt. I'm watching that. This movie's coming out with Kevin Hart. It's the names you give. My apologies for not having no female names, but y'all get what I'm talking about. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you say a name, it's like you're going to go see it because who's in it. Well, this is a rising star, or she already rise. This is someone that when you hear her name, it's like, oh, Regina Hall's in. Because she's been in so many successful entertainment projects, TV shows and movies, that when you see her name promotion, it's going to make you like, oh man, I like Regina Hall. Thus, I want to go see what she's in. You get what I'm saying? This is shaping you already liking something. This will be a movie coming out in 2026, a couple of them with her in it. And because you like her, we want to show you, hey, don't you like her? Don't you like her? Look how sweet, look how kind. Don't you like her? This is the message. She's likable. Look, she's a part of stuff that's important. She's a part of stuff that's funny. She's a part of stuff that really draws out her creative acting skills. Look who she's in. Look who she worked with. She doesn't work with no. And the thing is, don't you like her? And when the movie comes out, what is it telling you? Now, don't you like this? Don't you like this? Since you like her, look what else you would like. It's marketing. There's nothing wrong with it because that's what we do all the time. But I'm just letting you know the message is a reintroduction of Regina Hall.
Your one must.
The must is it's got to be at least as good as.
Like working at Chili's or Applebee's, except it's more fun and the tips are way better.
Support the girls. I mean, I feel like Support the Girls really, that was a shift in my career. Probably the biggest shift. A very small movie, but the critics, they were so supportive.
Never saw this one.
Little.
You are one of the producers, so you're the boss. So this is boss mode today.
This is boss mode, and I'm the boss in.
Boom! I didn't know she was the producer on that movie. See, it's hey, what you thought you knew. You thought she was just some actress that did parts. No, she actually helped with producing. Reintroduction at its best.
In the movie, so yeah, I'm in boss mode all day, every day.
So what does it mean?
Stop! Saw that? See that? No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Oh man, Marseille is so amazing. And Issa, who's such a creative force, had wanted to work with her forever. Tremendous.
Not a name.
Next, we were with you on the carpet before your bid, hosting the.
Oh! Listen, all week long, what have I been saying? I've been saying, this is the person who's going to steal the show. This is the person who's going to steal the show.
He's feeling good, everybody.
It was like great to work with the lady. Very nervous, but it was surreal. And once the curtain opened, I think we were back there before, like, what are we gonna do? But the curtain opened, we were like, all right, here it is. It was great. It was like game time.
Women and children first.
One battle after this
And I
movie
never saw that
and the
movie.
roles.
So as you see this, these films, it's also gonna make you go back and watch them, because I am.
The talk of follow. What will make working on this a career?
I mean, Paul, he's someone I've wanted to work with for so long. Not to mention being able to work with a cast like this. I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio, but
big name.
You know, of course, you know, the ladies are so awesome.
Wow, there you go.
I mean, if you ask me like a mind, there couldn't. I mean, this would have to be, if not that.
And you're still doing new things in your career with your first voice acting role in the upcoming SpongeBob movie, The Search for SquarePants.
What is happening? I love her. It was great. I learned a lot. You know, that's the thing about the business is you keep learning. I hadn't done a voiceover and I learned so much. And there was no hair and makeup.
Boom. Recap. All the things she did, so touching, sentimental.
I just watched myself grow up on an ET reel. I mean, it's pretty phenomenal. I certainly see why some of them didn't make it in the beginning. You guys were not wrong to not air them. But it's also a really nice journey. So great to see all the people I worked with, who I still love, still admire. I've been really lucky, really blessed. It's very, very emotional, as you know, watching this. Very emotional to see this, but it was pretty, it's epic. What can I say?
So.
Very emotional, as you know.
Watching her react to her own career timeline is very emotional. How friends she did impacts, because awards that's come. This is a message, giving y'all a message. Hey, I'm Regina Hall, and I matter. Hey, you want to pay attention to me? Look what I did, some great work. Nothing negative about this interview at all. This is you reintroducing yourself. Now, I told you this was going to teach you a lesson. How? How was this going to teach you a lesson? It's going to teach you a lesson for the simple fact that you have to reintroduce yourself. How you look yesterday versus how you look today. People say things, you got only one chance at a first impression. No, you don't. You got multiple chances because you're able to reintroduce yourself. How many times you went through a breakup and they say, hey, now, he might see you, she might see you, so look your best. Because who they saw when they broke up with you, who they going to see when they see you. Reintroduce yourself. They've been with you for years, but yet they're, oh my God, you look so great. What's going on? Why? Because I don't care. First impression is important. It's not the only one that matters. It's the reintroduction. This is also reintroducing yourself when it comes to apologizing. How do you, if you do anything? She had interviews that didn't air, and we looking at them. Guess what? We get to see him. We get to see her reaction to him. And this is very powerful. Now, so when they say this is an interview that didn't air, they're really saying this is something that didn't serve the brand. There's always something going on, and the way that interview was, it wasn't air because it did not serve the movie or the project. Well,
what does reposition yourself got to do with forgiveness? I forgot to put it in here. When she did her old interviews, they didn't air them because maybe they didn't do right by the brand, the project, right? Remember I mentioned that? Okay, so say you did something, you ain't doing right. Let's call an act of transgression, or you do something wrong to somebody, you hurt somebody. You did something that didn't serve them well. You didn't do something that served the relationship. You did something that hurt the position of the marketing of that relationship. So you reposition yourself. That time or whatever you did at that moment did not help the brand of the relationship. But now the person you are now can. So just like we look at old actresses, like, man, they're not gonna play that role. That's all they do. No one can get out of that position when you do something wrong, and it's called for unforgiveness. And not the person that needs to forgive you, say they did forgive you, but the perception of you still stuck there. Well, guess what you got to do? You got to do what these actors do. You have to rebrand, reposition yourself, and do it authentically. And don't just do it for the sake of, man, I get money, I'll get them back. And then you fake it because then you revert back to the person that I knew you was. So what happened is you're trying to give off the new person that I am for serving the brand today. This is what you can learn by Regina Hall, repositioning herself.
This is a very beautiful interview that you just saw, and it's going to do her well in projects that she's connected to, right? Meaning this is one that's airing because what is connected to all her work coming to the upcoming movies and things and awards that she's doing. So this is not manipulation, it's master storytelling. The fact that we got to see her talk about her mom passing, her emotional side, it's not weakening her, it's showing her presence, a tough time making it through, and we still seeing her beautiful work. Regardless of what she's been through, look how she has still had a good relationship with her mother, still is sentimental to her dress, and at the end of the day, authorized her presence. It didn't take away from her presence. It pushed it even more. A lot of time, actors that come from comedy, it's kind of hard to reintroduce themselves to be serious. Like you had Jim Carrey, all he did was silly things, but then he had some, like 23 was one movie he was in that was, you had Kevin Hart, then he started doing serious things. There's a lot of people that actually started out with all you know is them is about comedy, but it's reintroducing them so when they do a serious film, something that was not a part who they are, guess what you're going to do? Wow, they did great. Like you. Yeah, you did that for so long, but now you want to be introduced as something else. You got tired of that position. Now you want to be looked at another way. You just can't, and when you go to work, you got to start dressing up. You got to start smelling good. You might have went out a lot of times and got shot down. You might have did your shot with a lady you were trying to get with. Hey, try again looking different. Maybe that's how you look. Ladies, it's all about how you look. How you dress is how you be addressed. You know? So at the end of the day, it's not about somebody fitting you into a box and you being, man, I'm ashamed of this. Or, because you can see how she reacted to videos. Like, it was like, oh, man, I can see that. Like, that was me. I was so young. Oh my. And you can see a lot of, not shame, but it's like, girl, she was young. She was giving herself grace. But at the end of the day, and she kept saying, you learn a lot. Have you learned? Don't look at what you've been through. Look at where you are now. It's not where she came from. That doesn't matter. But she's saying, look at me now. And what does God do with God? Even God himself reintroduced himself. All right? We know about God of the Old Testament. He's the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. He didn't change. But then he reintroduced himself in a way that will make you be like, oh man, I would like to get to know him. What was that? Because when it comes down to Regina Hall, we know her from her memory. So like, oh, this is the Regina Hall I remember. So a lot of times people don't necessarily got to change who they are. They just got to reposition themselves so they can be seen in another context. Let's give you a example. You met someone at the gym. They was sweaty. They was working out. You got a number. But then when you went out on a date, they got all nice looking. When you was in the gym, you saw them in a process of working on their body, working on their health. You saw them in a process. When you went to the date, you saw the finished work. The process and what you saw. It was like the gym, sweaty, unfinished, date, composed, intentional, finished work. What you saw was my process, but now you're introduced to see the finished work. An apology. An apology isn't always like failure. Sometimes reintroducing to the intent. Reset the perspective, reset what you saw. And when I apologize, and the thing is you supposed to change your mindset, you realign. And what a person is saying, hey, I know you saw me here, but let me show you who I am when I'm aligned. So I know I did this. Now I align myself. Let me show you who I am aligned. And this is the message you're trying to give to people. It's you giving them a reference point that's going to override maybe an old emotion. Giving them a new perspective to a new feeling. Thus seeing the new you. Message received. Right? Now, God reintroduced himself through Christ. Not for a lack of character for himself, but for the lack of understanding of people. It's not that he lacked power or he was wrong. It's that where mankind was to where we are now, he had to reintroduce himself as through Christ. God in man form. Hey, let me show y'all me as a man just like y'all. Let me lay down my deity. Let me show you me being like you, and I gotta depend on the Father just like you do. Let me reintroduce the fact that I can relate. Let me reintroduce the fact that I put myself on the cross. Let me introduce myself through revelation about how much I love you. That I didn't call no one to this one. I didn't, even though he called Abraham, you saw me how I call people. You saw how I called Abraham. You saw how I called Noah. You saw how I called Moses. You saw how I called King David. And this time, I'm not calling no one. I'm calling myself. I'm stepping up to the plate. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. I am now, I'm about to put my life on the line. I know have asked people to put their life on the line. They have done such things, and God admires, God honors them, and they honor God. But right now, I'm about to put myself on the line. I'm not asking no one to do nothing. I'm about to do it myself. Let me reintroduce myself as grace. Let me reintroduce myself as merciful. Let me reintroduce myself as giving you a clean slate. Like, I'm not changing, but let me give you an opportunity to change and grow from what you was without me, and let me give you a doorway to get to me. That it's all on my shoulders. A lot of times people take in that I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. And God's like, you know what? Let me be the one that do everything. And all you got to do is believe. I know the law was saying you got to do this, 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 you got to do this. I haven't put it away. But the one thing for sure is, hey, I'm about to keep my law. And all you got to do is put your trust in me and repent. All you got to do is maneuver how you looked at life. Look at me and let me change your heart. Reintroducing. Reintroduction is a part of life. And reintroducing don't mean you're wrong. Reintroducing is a strategy move to help you better understand me or a situation. You might have went to that presentation and you might have presented that business and you might got to go back and do it again. You might have did that interview for that job position and you messed up. Hey, go after it again. Reposition yourself. Learn something. Study the mission statement. Go back in asking them questions. Reintroduce yourself. I understand you might have started off wrong, but you are able to change how you look. Even God. All right? And please understand, the message is, hey, let me reintroduce myself. Let me reintroduce myself. Let me give you a better position for you to see me in a new way, in a new light. It might cause friendships to grow. It might cause people to actually get married. And one thing is for sure, Regina Hall's, this interview, let me go back. This interview is beautiful because all the things we saw her in, we just saw the incomplete version. You were seeing sections of her incompleteness. She's steady growing. She's still growing, but she's more complete as a person. You just saw the incomplete being complete. You saw the incomplete. I want to show you the complete. This is not about Regina Hall. This is about you revisiting your past and you redefining and presenting it in a whole nother light. This has been Piece to the Puzzle, and I hope this piece gave you peace. The Message Architect. Utilize these skills. See you next time. Peace.
This isn't up there, but this has been a real problem for me, and I want to clear it up now. So, I play in an age range between 18 and 42. That is the truth. But I don't want to play the ingenue anymore. No, I don't. This is the truth. I want to play, you know, like the mother. You know, I want to play the judge. You know, I want to be the part where people are like, I haven't seen that mother in 40 minutes. So if you're calling, if you want to give me a whatever lead, I don't want it. So please leave my agent, Andrew Rogers at ICM, 310-550-4000 alone. And don't go harassing my manager, Brian Dobbins, at Principado Young.
Time.